Now that we'd made it to Bundaberg, it had been 3,100 kilometers since we disembarked from the Spirit of Tasmania. And since leaving the Otways on the second phase of the trip, we'd managed to rack up 4,700 kilometers. We'd really settled into a rhythm now, and in the moment had very little idea of how far we'd come. Alright, so that was Rosedale. What a nice little town. Not too bad on the camping front, like it's only $5 a head, so you can't complain at that. It's like basically you're camping on a sports oval, so you know, like you've got a nice bit of grass to camp on, it's all good. Unfortunately, the toilets, the women's were fine apparently, but the men's were like disgusting. Other than that, it was good. The pub's really nice. You can get a good feed in there, and they're really friendly. It was pretty good. A guy even offered us a lift to Mackay, who's heading that way. You know, that'd be great, but we're trying to slow things down a bit and see the sights, so we refused his kind offer. Today we've got about 65k to do till we get to Agnes Waters, where we're going to just stay in the hostel there and use that as a base to explore 1770. Alright, thankfully this horrible road isn't quite as busy as it was yesterday, but we're not going to be on it for long. Pretty soon we're going to hit the turn off for 1770 and we'll find out what that road's like. Alright, we just stopped at the Fingerboard Roadhouse for a quick bite and something cold to drink, and the very nice lady in there even let us fill up our water bottles there, which we needed because the water that we got from the campsite this morning was bore water and it was filthy tasting. Bonnie glugged down a bunch and just said it tasted funny, but like I was kind of scared to drink it, to be honest. Like the last thing we need is to get poisoned by bad water. So anyway, yeah, she let us fill up our bottles, which was very nice. And yeah, it's another 30k to Agnes Waters to the hostel. Alright, so we have arrived at 1770 and we've checked into our hostel, and it's pretty awesome actually. We've got our little private room here. There's only 2 sockets, so that's a bit rough, but you know, we're making it work. But when I was putting the bikes away, I discovered that I have a broken spoke. Not only that, but the tension on some of the other spokes doesn't feel right, so I need to get to a bike shop like real fast. I know there's one at Gladstone to the north, or Bundaberg back the way we came to the south. So we're probably not going to backtrack. So I guess we're going to Gladstone. I think it's going to end up being like 120k, so it's a day or two's ride with a broken spoke. It's not great, but what else can we do? We're just going to have to get there, and I guess we're going to have to make it happen.
Fat hens.
Some fat hens?
Yeah. Look how fat they are. How cute. Oh, what a plump.
They're hiding. They saw you coming.
Yeah.
Alright, we have left our hostel to just go for a sneaky pint and burn some time off before dinner. It looks like there's a pretty awesome pizza place along the road, so we're going to check that out. This place, yeah, it's alright. They got a couple of decent beers. Seems like the pokies is the main attraction here. What do you think?
Yum yum. I think yay.
Alright, day 2 in Agnes Waters in 1770. We were going to be staying with the warm showers here, but the hosts have, they're off on a tour themselves, so they can't host. But the host's daughter actually has a cafe here in town, so we're going to go check that out for breakfast. Maybe have a look around the shops this morning, and then it's off to 1770 to see Cook's Landing. Alright, so we are now on our way to 1770, and there's like a really nice bike path. It's awesome. James Cook landed there it was in 1770, right, Bonnie? Yeah. It was the first landing in Queensland, so we're gonna head over to the site where James Cook landed and have a look about. Must be a nightmare getting that thing parked when you go to Woolies. Yeah, I guess so.
On May 23rd, 1770, Captain James Cook and the crew of the HMS Endeavour dropped anchor off the coast of what would become the state of Queensland. This event marked Cook's second landing in Australia. He'd become the first recorded European to set foot on the continent's eastern coastline only a month earlier on April 29th. Although Cook and his crew did not encounter any Indigenous people on this visit, they did come across several large birds resembling the English great bustard, prompting Cook to name the peninsula Bustard Bay. In 1925, the Royal Geographical Society of Queensland began fundraising for a monument to commemorate Cook's second landing. Hoping to pinpoint the exact spot, the society reached out to the community and quickly received a response from a local man named Frank Haley, who had a vast knowledge of the landing location. The following year, Haley joined the society in finding the spot, using Cook's journals as a reference guide, and retracing his steps to a spot overlooking Bustard Bay. The monument cairn was installed in 1926. The village of 1770 was established in the 1930s and named for the year of Cook's arrival. 1770 is more a tourist destination than community now, with luxury Airbnbs overlooking the bay and pink duck boats ferrying people out to the Great Barrier Reef. But the peninsula's rugged, isolated beauty remains, and 1770 is one of few places on the East Coast to enjoy a sunset over the ocean.
So it looks like this road has a bit of a loop at the end, so we're just going to cycle along to the end and ride back and have a little jaunt through town, and then I think we'll probably head back to Agnes and just chill for a bit. We made our way to the end of the peninsula, where there are a series of short hiking trails. And after parking up the bikes, we went for a short walk to take in the views. After our short leg stretcher, we made our way back to Cody's place, the cafe that we'd been at that morning. They had booked some live music, and Bonnie had developed a serious thirst for margaritas. Oh, Bonnie. Oh dear.
This is my latest single. It's on Spotify, all those sort of things. It's called Feel My Windows.
small cafe quickly became packed with punters, drawn in by the music. And after a while, we decided to escape for a short walk along the beach before heading back to the hostel to rest up for the journey ahead. Oh, and we also went to the awesome 1770 Gelato Company and had the most delicious gelato.
It's the ice cream. Gelato. Ice cream? Gelato.
Gelato.
Gelato.